What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a new video. Today we have all my worst sports card purchases or transactions that I've ever done. And this only represents some of them. I have tons of more, but maybe smaller cards or cards I couldn't find, and some that I sold too. I sold some at home, sold some other big cards, which I regret. But these are the ones, the most prominent ones where I bought a card or I traded for a card, and whether it was quickly or took a long time, I lost. And happens. I've definitely benefited from the market going up. So obviously some of these kind of, even them being L's, they kind of still say neutral deals because everything just skyrockets in price now. But obviously I could have done much better with the money I spent or the cards I traded. But we're going to go into each one, not one by one. It's a huge stack here, but we're kind of going to fly through this, and this is like one lot by itself if you're wondering, for the sake of time. But yeah, before we get started, always drop a like and sub, helps us out a lot. And a lot of cool stuff coming in terms of content. Hoops is going to be hopefully Wednesday, as long as it stays scheduled for that day. So stay tuned for that. We'll have some group breaks on the site too, pacmansportscards.com. Also, if you haven't checked out the last video, we didn't post one yesterday for the first time in a while. Usually Saturdays we do have videos, but did end up getting one out yesterday. And the day before, we did have a box battle with Miss Pac-Man, a brand new series. So if you haven't checked that out, check it out already. You guys get to vote for what we rip and who wins. So feel free to comment down below. Comment down below in that comment section who won, and then we'll tally them up, and next time I'll let you guys know who won. But yeah, a lot of sweet stuff. Also check our IG, Pac-Man Cards, link down below, everything's down there, as well as our Discord where we have our sports card community. But yeah, so this here is, man, it kind of hurts to see because it just it's like opening up some wounds that I thought healed, but they did not heal. So we're gonna go into it, and it's definitely not like worst case. There's some terrible ones that I've heard of before that make me cry. I have one or two of those. I don't have the cards anymore, but I'll kind of get into them. But yeah, cards are a lot of fun. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and that's just how it is. But I know that I had a Mahomes RPA to 5 real quick, and a silver that someone commented on the video, and I saw the comment, and they're, hey, look, you pulled a Mahomes silver. And I was like, I think I sold that for almost nothing. And then I also pulled some Mahomes base. Funny enough, Mahomes is the only guy I sold, and I think it's because I needed enough cards to fill up a lot that I wanted to sell. So I tossed Mahomes in there, and I kept Trubisky, Joshua Dobbs. I kept Watson. That was good. But Mahomes is the only guy who I sold almost everything I have of, and it's absolutely brutal. But other guys, I sold some Luka, some Zion. Mahomes hurts the most. I think an RPA I bought for like the maybe high $100 range, sold for 400 something. And I was happy at the time, and now I realize it's probably a few $1,000s at least, and it hurts. Hurts a lot, but that's how cards are. I definitely have had some that gone up a lot, that I bought low, went up, so lots to be thankful for. Anyway, let's get into this list. Now, some of them once again I have sold, so I maybe some Zeke cards, some Fournette, baseball, Ivan Rabb, guys like that who I bought, thought I was going to do well, did bad, and I sold some of them, so they're not here today. But a lot of stuff like that, and I'll go into each one. But let's start on the right here. This first one's a JV and Clowney, and this one was one of the first cards I bought on eBay. It's a nice card, and I like defensive ends. I like defense a lot, so it was that's one reason why Jadeveon Clowney is a card that I bought. I had a couple of his. This one I never ended up selling, but I didn't know at the time defensive players weren't that coveted. So I had the card, bought it, didn't put too much into it, so it's not like it's a huge loss. But at the time I was like, yes, first pick in the draft. Could be a great defensive player, like to the moon. Here we go, baby. And no, didn't happen. But still a cool card. I don't know if anyone's a Clowney fan or I guess a Titan fan. It is available. But I remember this one at the time. I thought I was super duper smart guy buying this. It's gonna skyrocket. He's gonna get 50 jillion sacks, and I'm gonna be a winner. But no, I didn't understand cards the way it was, and things changed. So let's get into this. Let's get into this box here. You might be wondering why I have a soccer box, and this is the only box of soccer I ever bought. But I was buying a lot off someone, or some cards and boxes. And they had this box, and at the time it was like $600, and they offered it to me for maybe like 100 less than that. I was like, oh, it's gonna go up, right? And I asked a few people in the soccer, like, yeah, that's gonna go up. It did not go up. It went down. And I thought I was big braining. Once again, I try not to dabble in anything I don't know too much about, and I did it once and I lost. And I don't understand it well enough, so I just bought a box. Like, I'll hold it. Maybe over time it'll go up. Maybe in time it still could go up, but at least at the present value at today, I haven't really made anything. And if I sold that, I'd probably maybe lose a little bit. But it is what it is. It's still cool to have. Soccer's fun. Maybe one day. Well, this is I think the English stuff, right? Something. I'm not really sure, but got this, and yeah, not really sure. I don't even know what I have here. I just bought this box, and so the guy's like, yeah, it's a good deal. So I bought it, and now I realized when I looked it up, I was like, let's see how much should we make? How much should we lose? More like it, but I don't know. What do you guys think of this? I'm pretty much done buying any soccer stuff because I understand I don't understand it. If I bought any soccer stuff, it'd probably be like, I don't know, Mbappe rookie, I don't like Messi auto. Just to give an example, that's the only players like I know. But pretty much, I thought I was gonna get some soccer, start getting into it maybe. Tried a little bit, didn't work out. Thought the box maybe would have gone up and didn't go up. But now that one I knew very little about, and that's kind of just like a rash impulse buy. He's like, I have this. I was like, yeah, I'll buy it. I don't even know what I was looking at. All I knew is that it was going for this much, and it could go up over time, and I was getting a decent deal, so I bought that one. However, this one, I knew full well what I was kind of doing, and I kind of screwed up. Now in here there are some good cards, and it may still be a dub. Like I honestly don't know. But the thing about baseball is I was trying to get more into baseball maybe about within the past 2-3 years. Now I've kind of slowed down a little bit. Like I had that raging interest. Like yeah, I gotta understand baseball. I still watch a lot of baseball too, but in terms of card collecting, I mainly keep to basketball and some football. But so I ripped a lot of Bowman, tons of Topps Chrome, and the big L for that story is I ripped like I don't know a whole case worth, all boxes from different cases, and pulled no case hits, which is terrible. And that's Acuna, that's Glaberg, stuff like that. And I'll show you what we got. I pulled zero Acunas from Topps Chrome, about a case worth. So yeah, that is the base rookies, of course. So I ripped a lot of this stuff. Now obviously Wander Franco, top prospect. Some of these cards are pretty good cards, but the thing is I just don't know enough, and nor do I really have the interest to kind of try to grade, flip, hold, choose who I want to kind of invest in for the long haul. I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, I know a lot of like Rodriguez, he's one of the top prospects, like Bart. I know a lot of these guys are top prospects. I know a lot of these cards are probably pretty good cards, but I was just buying a ton of baseball and without thinking, and then I realized I probably made a big mistake because I just don't have the desire to continue growing it. Ohtani, that was really cool. During that year, he was the big guy to get, so I was chasing him, pulled very little of him. Pretty much didn't spend my money wisely. It could have gone to much better things when I was buying all these baseball. And, once again, so I'm sure I pulled some solid cards. But the problem is I just don't know enough to do anything with it. And buying all the Topps Chrome boxes, like even my LCS owner was like, you sure, bro? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Not bad idea. But got this little variation here, some Glabers. Now I'm a Yankees fan, so Glaber's cool. Robert there, Bobby Witt, Dominguez. So they're cool. Bobby Witt again, Tatis. Mike Trout. We pulled our fair share of decent cards. Not like I was getting hosed, except for the Topps Chrome. I got hosed in Topps Chrome. Walker Buehler, and there's our Cunha. That's from Bowman. And in general, didn't do the best, and I should have probably stopped buying so much of it. And like even people who I knew was like, you sure? Ripped a lot of Heritage too. This is where I did get some Acunas. I pulled the Soto Superfractor rookie, this one, and I sold it for low. But I didn't even want to talk about that. I don't regret selling that 1/1 Soto because at the time, in college, I had like a penny to my name, and selling that card let me do more videos and continue to build the channel up. So turned into many more great things. Kind of stuff I'm looking at, and then here's this stack, and I think this one's just smaller stuff. So you can see we ripped a lot of Heritage, a lot of Topps Chrome, some Finest, other stuff, and we pulled our fair share of good cards overall. But because I don't have the drive to continue to I guess expand my baseball knowledge right now. It could come back, and then I'll regret if I sell these at some point. But right now, I'm just sitting on all these cards. Haven't sold most of them. But I mean, cards like the Arozarena we pulled. Cards like what else did I pull? That recent Bowman autograph. Kierstad. I mean, that's a nice one. Got our fair share of decent pulls, but thing is, once again, I'm not really paying attention to who's doing well, and I think I've missed out on some opportunities to get some decent stuff. And I got this big one there, so. Ends up being an L because I'm not seizing the opportunity, and I still not only have the time and drive to do it, to continue to research, look up comps, do my due diligence, and that's why I'm losing out, and I know that I'm missing some opportunities. If you're interested in buying like a big lot of baseball stuff, I might keep some of the Cunhas and Glabers, some of the top guys, but some of those still decent guys and lower, I might end up selling in a huge lot. So I mean, if you're interested in a really big lot, maybe hit me up and we could see, but I really have no clue what I'm sitting on for a lot of those. Then Jimmy Garoppolo. I was talking about a Zeke I sold earlier. So in my LCS, I made a deal, and I traded an Origins on-card auto Deshaun Watson, rookies, and a certified RPA, I think 299, or is the orange one? Maybe it was the 249, something like that. Could have been the 399 for all I know. But I traded those for these three: a Kawhi rookie, I think a Wentz maybe, and a Zeke autograph. Now, I like Zeke, so I still have a couple Zekes. I sold that one, and the problem was I didn't understand the big discrepancy between quarterbacks and running backs well enough. Whereas you just want the QBs usually. And it wasn't Zeke's rookie year anymore, so the hype had kind of slowed down. But I traded for some Jimmy G because he was looking like he was going to be amazing. Got this refractor from Topps Chrome, regular Topps Chrome, and a Prism. Didn't go well. Jimmy G, maybe he can still do some great things, and by no means am I saying any of these guys are terrible and they have no potential. So Jimmy G could come back and have a huge year for all we know, right? You never know. But the thing is, obviously, Deshaun Watson's one of the best quarterbacks in the game. At the time, his stuff was just doing all right. Wasn't crazy hot, and it was a fair trade at the time. So anyone who I made a deal with, in no means did they cheat me at all. I knew exactly what I was doing, made the deals, bet wrong, but that's how it was. Watson autographs, and regret. This Fournette I pulled actually, and I actually want to include this as an example. I said Fournette earlier. Cards that I thought would continue to just keep going up, so I was like, oh, let me. And I was buying some Fournette too. I don't have the Fournette I bought and then sold for less, but this is just another Fournette. I pulled this one. I was like, I'm going to keep holding it. He's going to go up. He's so good. And yeah, you understand all the flaws with what I just said. All right, so here's Sam Darnold. Once again, Sam Darnold could end up going somewhere else or even stay with the Jets and have a huge year and prove everyone wrong. But the thing is, I bought a lot of Sam Darnold, as you can see here. This one's numbered to 99. This RPA first off the line, Spectra to I think 10, Contenders autograph to 10. Spent a lot on some Darnold stuff. I really thought he was going to be great. I was devastated when the Giants didn't pick him because I thought he was going to be the guy. And I still think he has a lot of talent. You put him in a great situation like some of these other QBs are getting sometimes. And I think he still can do some great things. But at the time, based on what we know now, not the best idea. And that's passing on guys like buying Allen, Lamar. Thankfully, I didn't buy too much Rosen. I could have bought other guys. I could have put that money towards Luka. This was the same year, so you can see where the L came from. Spent a lot of money on these cards. I really thought he was going to be good, and I'm still hoping he can become great. But I don't know. The outlook isn't looking amazing right now. Hopefully, he can land in a situation that can help him out because I still like Sam Darnold a lot, and hopefully, he can do some great things. But for now, it remains an L. Spent a lot on Sam Darnold. Now, these two are recent, and I actually don't even regret buying these because I like Markelle Fultz, but I bought these the day or maybe 2 days before he tore his ACL, and you'll see this happen again. And in the mail day, I didn't mention that it's an L because of that, because obviously these cards are not as worth the same as they were when I bought them because someone tears his ACL, it's going to dip a little bit. Maybe not a ton, but it's going to at least go down a bit. And yeah, I got a 10, although centering's pretty off, but hey, as long as it has this thing, that's all that matters now these days. Got this white sparkle too. I'm still a fan of his. He was looking real nice before he got hurt, and I hope he can come back better than ever. Really rooting for him. Markelle is a guy I like a ton, so really hoping for the best for Mr. Fultz here. But it is an L because I spent a decent amount of money on these two cards, and almost instantly they went down after I bought them, and I was just like, oh, geez. They were still in transit. That's how soon it was. Like, the guy just shipped it, and it was fast shipping. Like, he had just shipped it, and all of a sudden, I was like, why is Markelle Fultz not in the game? And I was like, uh-oh. But next one up, Marvin Bagley. Now, he's showed some flashes of still being a good player. The reason, and same goes for all these items here, why this is such a big L, and there's still potential, obviously. They could go up, something could change. I mean, my understanding isn't perfect with, say, this one, it could go up. Or these guys, Bagley could easily go up. But bought this Bagley for maybe a couple hundred, something like that. Got PSA 10, so that's a plus. And I think even if I sold it now, I would get more than I paid for it, which is a plus. But obviously with the boom, that's the case with most cards. The reason why these are L's, and same thing with this one, is at the same time, Luka stuff wasn't that much more expensive. So I could have spent my $200, or even Trey, and probably gotten the same card for a Trey, maybe like $50 more. Or I could have, put together maybe a few hundred more, and end up getting like a Luka purple. So maybe not purple, maybe like I don't know, a blue or a red. But I could have gotten a Luka, the point is, or a Jaren or a Shea or a Trey. I chose Bagley. And Yeah, same thing with this one. The same guy who I bought this from offered me a Luka Galactic. Luka, Jaren, and Bagley. And instead of Luka, I chose Jaren and Bagley. My regrets on the Jaren are 0. My regrets on the Bagley are pretty high because that Luka was not too much more expensive than the Bagley was. It was more expensive, but it wasn't to the point where I could have only gotten these two or the Luka, and I chose these two. I'm sure if I sold something, I could have gotten maybe the Jaren and the Luka, but I said, you know what, Luka will go down, right? And I decided to let's go with Marvin Bagley. Now, once again, he's a young guy. He has still, I think, lots of potential, and I like seeing him play. Kings don't know really what's going on there, but I'm hoping the best for him, and I really hope he can, like Sam Darnold, can pick things up like Fultz, can have some great stuff and a great career. So I'm always rooting for these guys. So while they go down as an L for now, that is for now, maybe all of a sudden a year from now I can come back with a new video. My best sports card purchases, and all of a sudden they're in it. They came back and they did well. Final one here is Joe Burrow, another recent pickup. I think I traded, actually I don't know, maybe several Prism retail boxes for this in cash. 6 of 10 at the time. Once again, I was getting absolutely fair value. I didn't get ripped off by them. I looked it up, made sure I checked, and I was getting fair value. He tore his ACL maybe a few days later, and then Prism retail boxes all went up, like they doubled in price like the next day. So within 24 hours or 48 hours, I just got eviscerated. It was, I remember watching, I was like, wait, what? He tore his ACL? All right, let's see how much the Prism boxes are going for. What? I was like, whoa. These things went up overnight from like 900 to like, I don't know, like 1,500, something like that. And I was like, oh, geez. I was like, RIP. But I still have high hopes for him. I like Burrow a lot, and I think he can do some great things. Rooting for him. Hopefully they get him the right pieces around him. He can stay healthy, and he makes a full recovery. All these guys I'm still rooting for. Bought them not only because I think they're good, or could be good, but I'm a fan of them. So I'm not like, hey, I hate this guy, screw this guy. I don't really like to buy someone unless I actually like them. So you'll notice some players I don't buy. Not that I don't like them, it's just I'm just not a big a fan. Whereas I'm a fan of all these guys to the point where I was willing to buy their cards. Wish the best for them. And it does it for this one. Now, there have been a lot more, once again, that I've sold. So you might say, hey, that's not too many cards. But I've sold a lot of them, as I said. A lot of the Zekes, the Fournettes, the some random baseball stuff, some Grizzlies guys, some other rookies from a few years ago, stuff like that. But those are the ones I do have that I could find. And you win some, you lose some. I mean, it's what it is. We know the game. And I've definitely won my fair share too, so there's no complaints on my end. It's a lot of fun to do, rooting for all these guys to come back, and hopefully I can make some smart purchases and not play myself. But yeah, for all these guys, hopefully they get healthy, come back strong, and as far as the box goes, the baseball stuff, maybe I can get some value out of it if I do some research and play my cards both literally and figuratively correctly. But yeah, close off on a few of these guys, just some cool stuff. Get a little bit of each, some Bagley, and let's get some Fultz. But it's a lot of fun collecting cards. Always like it. It's an interesting thing. Got to keep thinking, got to keep learning, and it's always a new experience. I love doing it. And I'm curious, in the comments down below, let me know what your biggest sports card, like worst purchase is. One that you regret so much that just hurt you, or maybe sold early. Anything like that. It's always fun to hear what you guys share in the comments. And that's it for this one. Once again, if you haven't checked out the last video, the box battle between me and Miss Pac-Man, just a little bit of time left to vote. Probably tally up the votes soon. So just go on there, and whoever you think won, you can vote down below in the comments. And then we'll pick the winner soon. And then we'll also let you guys know what the prize will be, as well as what we'll break next, which you guys will probably also get to choose. Also, check our Instagram there, Pac-Man Cards, and then our Discord, Sports Card Community. And then, yeah, Instagram will have some stuff coming on soon. So stay tuned. Hoops will be on Wednesday, both in group break form and review. So thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later.